1,000 meters into the abyss, where the last flicker of blue light fades to black. Something stirs. The water here isn't just cold, it's a frozen tomb, pressing down with the weight of an entire ocean. 200 atmospheres per square inch, enough to flatten steel like paper. Silent, except for the distant rumble of undersea currents. And in this eternal night, a giant squid senses danger. Its massive eye, the size of a dinner plate, swivels in the gloom. Heart pounding in 3 chambers, pumping blue blood through veins laced with copper. It's been gliding through the void, tentacles trailing like shadows. Then the clicks begin, sharp, explosive echoes piercing the dark like sonar bullets. The squid twists, jetting ink into the water, not to hide, but to confuse. Arms flailing, suckers snapping with hooks sharper than knives. It's locked in battle with a shadow twice its size. A sperm whale, diving deep for the kill. The squid fights back, wrapping tentacles around the whale's jaw, leaving scars that will last a lifetime. But in the deep, survival is a gamble. This is no myth. This is the giant squid, Architeuthis dux. The largest invertebrate alive, with eyes that see in a world without light, and a brain distributed through its body like a living network. For most creatures, the ocean's surface is life, sunlit waves teeming with fish and plankton. But giant squids dwell in the midnight zone, a vertical hell where pressure warps reality and temperatures hover near freezing. What makes them legends isn't just their length, up to 13 meters, longer than a school bus, or their weight, half a ton of muscle and mystery. It's how they've evaded us for millennia. For an animal that could swallow a diver whole, they're ghosts in the water. They spend their lives in depths where human submarines implode under the strain, a realm we've explored less than the surface of the moon. And almost nothing about them has been seen firsthand. We track eagles, wolves, great whites because they're visible. But giant squids? We piece together puzzles from beached corpses, whale stomachs, and fleeting camera flashes. They are Earth's true abyss dwellers, not monsters in the horror sense, but enigmas. Even their basics baffle us. We don't know how they mate, how long they live, or why some wash up in masses after earthquakes. Sometimes fishermen haul up tentacles from the deep, still writhing, suckers latching onto anything they touch. No one knows why they surface. Then there's their hunting. Giant squids aren't passive drifters. They ambush with speed, propelled by a siphon jet that launches them like torpedoes. Tentacles strike faster than a cobra, coiling around prey with hooks that embed like barbs. And their communication? Flashes of color across skin that changes hue in milliseconds, chromatophores pulsing like living pixels. Some think it's a language of light in the dark. Imagine a creature with no backbone, yet a nervous system so advanced it processes the world through 9 brains, 1 central, 8 in its arms. Living in isolation, yet capable of coordinated attacks that scar leviathans.
Get inside, quick!
Fishermen have pulled them from nets, alive and thrashing, eyes staring with alien intelligence.
Look out, it's spraying something! Get inside, quickly! Heave! Pull! Before it breaks the rail!
In the dark abyss, the giant squid ambushes its prey. Utilizing a powerful siphon jet,
giant squids have nervous systems rivaling octopuses, with neurons firing in patterns we link to problem-solving in primates. They've evolved camouflage and cunning for 300 million years, predating dinosaurs. And despite our nets, our subs, our curiosity, when we invade their domain, they don't always flee. They observe. They adapt. Creatures with the power to ensnare ships in legend, choosing instead to evade, to endure. We turned them into nightmares for centuries. Sailors in ancient times whispered of the Kraken, a beast from the deep that dragged vessels under with arms like trees. Greek myths spoke of Scylla, Roman tales of sea serpents. But it wasn't fantasy, it was fragments of truth washing ashore. Beached squids, tentacles severed by storms, fueling stories of horrors below. In the 1800s, whalers found the proof. Cutting open sperm whales, they discovered beaks and arms undigested in stomachs, evidence of titanic struggles. Scars on whale skin told the rest, circular wounds from suckers, battles in the black. Jules Verne read those reports and penned 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, birthing Captain Nemo's nemesis. The squid was an invention, it was fear incarnate. Fear of the unseen depths pulling us down. By the 1900s, science hunted them too. Expeditions dragged nets through trenches, but squid slipped away. Their value? Not oil, but enigma. Museums paid fortunes for specimens, preserved in jars like trophies. But the deep fought back, subs crushed, cameras failed. And human impact deepened. Overfishing depletes their prey, schools of fish vanishing from pollution in trawlers. Plastic chokes their habitats, noise from ships disrupts their senses. We've never whaled them en masse, but we're eroding their world. Populations? Unknown, but strandings rise with ocean warming. They breed once, explosively, females releasing millions of eggs in gelatinous masses, then dying. No second chances. Slow recovery in a fast-changing sea. In 2004, we finally filmed one alive, in Japan's waters, a submersible slides catching the gleam of an eye. It changed everything. Not a monster, but a marvel. To grasp the giant squid, descend into their domain. At 1,000 meters, light dies. Pressure triples. Yet they thrive. Every feature defies the void. Start with the eyes, soccer ball sized, optimized for dim bioluminescence. Pupils that dilate to capture photons like telescopes. The body? A torpedo of muscle, no bones to crush under pressure. Skin embedded with chromatophores, millions of color-changing cells for camouflage or signals. Tentacles armed with 200 suckers each, ringed in chitin hooks that rotate like saws. The beak, parrot-like, crushes crab shells or fish spines. And propulsion? A funnel siphon blasts water for bursts up to 40 kilometers per hour. But it's the nervous system that stuns. A donut-shaped brain around the esophagus, plus ganglia in each arm, allowing tentacles to act independently, like 8 mini-minds. They taste, feel, decide without central command. Blood blue from hemocyanin, efficient in low oxygen depths. They regenerate limbs, heal from whale bites. This isn't survival, it's mastery. Evolution's answer to the abyss. Yet intelligence elevates them. Giant squids learn. Captive relatives, smaller squids, solve puzzles, remember faces. In the wild, they evade predators with ink clouds laced with pseudomorphs, fake shapes to distract. Their skin flashes patterns, perhaps dialects of color for mating or warnings. Researchers use AI now, analyzing rare footage for codes in those pulses. Complexity rivals cephalopods like cuttlefish, syntax in shimmer. If so, they're conversing in light, a language born in darkness. A single giant squid ripples through the ocean web. They bridge depths and surface, preying on mid-level fish, then becoming meals for whales or sharks. Migrations span oceans, following currents rich in nutrients. In death, they nourish. Sinking carcasses feed abyssal scavengers, hagfish, sleeper sharks, for months. One body sustains a deep-sea oasis. And ecologically, They regulate populations, culling weak fish, bolstering biodiversity. Climate guardians too, thriving in cold depths, but vulnerable to warming acids that dissolve their beaks. This is why giant squids transcend other cephalopods. Octopuses hide cleverly. Cuttlefish hypnotize. But giants roam the vast unknown, battle titans, communicate in code, and sustain the deep's fragile balance. They are phantoms, warriors, illusionists, survivors, and the silent architects of the sea's hidden realms.